Just a few hours' drive from where we meet here today, a top-secret archaeological exploration is underway. The scientific study of this significant site has the potential to rewrite the history books as we currently know them. This is not some far-flung corner of the Kimberleys, Kakadu or Cape York, but here, right on the back doorstep of Brisbane. As I acknowledge we meet today on the land of Aboriginal people and pay respects to elders past and present, I would usually reflect on how Queensland is home to two of the world's oldest continuing cultures and 60,000 years of history. Well, early carbon dating on this significant site is showing signs that history may extend even further back by another 10 to 15,000 years. The science is yet to be settled, the research has not yet been made public, but for all of us, this enduring connection to prehistory and primordial man should be a source of pride. That is why I ask all of you here today to mark this moment in time. To our Premier, Ministers, I say thank you for the courage to support me and my team on this endeavour. To the Leader of the Opposition, John Paul Langbrook, as my shadow as well, who is here, I think that Sally Ann's put you on the spot, but David, I do offer the opportunity, if you would invite me into your party room, I will be very happy to brief your members. I'm not signing the paperwork, I'm not joining. But I'm comfortable to come and take Q&A. To our members of Parliament, our leaders of business, our leaders of government, and our leaders of First Nations people, every single one of you in the room, we too are on the cusp of making history. I acknowledge Cheryl and Sally Ann, our two fantastic co-chairs, and I acknowledge your team of almost all that are in the room with us today. Next week, the Premier will introduce to Parliament legislation that will enshrine a treaty with Queensland Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples forever. In her speech earlier, the Premier reminded us of how for more than 200 years all efforts to establish a treaty in this country have died in a desert of ignorance and indifference. That is, until now. As I stand here, I applaud the Premier for her boldness and her courage. And I ask that all of you look into your own hearts for the same brave spirit of true reconciliation and to join us on the path to treaty. What we do today will shape the future for all Queenslanders. We are guided by our First Nations peoples, their ancestors, their dreaming, their calls for mutual respect and dignity, and a fuller expression of Australia's nationhood. But the once arid wastelands of those hopes and ambitions to put wrongs right, to finish unfinished business, now has a path forward. That path is the path to treaty. Out in the red desert sandhills and Gibber plains of the Channel Country, the Mythica people tell how they forged their own version of treaty in 1889 to end the frontier wars. There were no documents, no signatures, no gifts. It became known as the Debney Peace Accord and featured a 5-day ritual with 500 warriors, fire and smoke, an exchange of burning torches and a ritual letting of blood. In Mythica language, that ceremony was called Mulka Mukana, the vow of peace and the seal of goodwill. I'm not going to ask anyone here today for a ritual bloodletting, but I will leave you with a call to action. I ask that you go out and talk about treaty in your workplace, among your families and your friends. Become an advocate for treaty. It is not enough simply to talk about the concept of treaty. It is our responsibility as Queenslanders to make treaty meaningful at societal, cultural and legislative levels. I ask that you seize this moment in time. Can I thank the team, an amazing team that have worked on this ambitious process all the way to now. You all know who you are. I'm not going to try and name names. There are so many people and you all have your fingerprints all over this incredible work. To everyone, help us sign the seal of goodwill. Let us be the generation that wrote the Pact of Peace, Treaty and true reconciliation into the Queensland history books forever. Thank you.